It's a great day to be alive and an artist. My name is Matt with the Hat, and today I am going to talk to you about the need for restriction in art. It seems like a misnomer when I say we need restriction in our art. Yet everyone who's ever directed a play or a musical or a film knows that to actually engage the artist in the most interesting and profound ways, one of the best things we can do is give direction. What do I mean? So let's say I'm directing a play and I have an actor and they have the freedom to make any single choice in the world. And we start, and one of the most common things they're going to say is, I don't know what to do. I have all these ideas and I don't know what to do. And when I say, could we try entering from stage right and you're going to cross down to stage left and all of this? Well, what does this do? Is they had all these ideas and it focuses that idea. And Bogart in the Viewpoints book talks about it. It calls it the theory of violence, right? That giving direction is a violent act. It's putting restriction on the actor. And so the actor who is naturally rebellious gets this restriction, and that rebellion within fights against that restriction, says, I will follow these rules, but I'm going to do this, this, and this. And thus the character begins to take shape. Now, this doesn't only apply to acting, right? We can also talk about painting, right? Today, I am going to put a restriction on my art class, and you are only allowed to use 2 colors in painting a realistic portrait of a person. And the colors are green and red. That's all you have. And they then have to use that restriction. They have to activate their creativity with that restriction in order to paint that portrait in green and red. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause them to find ways to achieve that they normally wouldn't if everything was just out there, if they had every color available, right? I want you to create a human being in your painting, and everything has to be done. There can be no round shapes in the entire thing. It can only be cubes and triangles. And thus an artistic movement is born, right? We restrict. We can't use paint. We can only use X, Y, and Z to create your next work of art. Singing. Today, we are going to create a song in a country genre. You're going to create a rap. You are going to create a pop anthem, but you can only use country music instruments and country music tropes. Or we could flip that around to any other thing. And so this is the theory of violence. This is the theory of how restriction is actually a tool to activate our creativity. It's actually a tool so that we can paint differently. It's actually a tool so that we can create new ways, new forms within our current sets. So today's activity is I want you to go in whatever art form you're wanting to work on today. And I want you to do something outside the norm. I want you to go ahead and place some restrictions on you. Maybe it's you can only use ... All right. And you're going to put that in there. And you're going to follow through the duration of this exercise, you're going to follow those rules, right? Maybe you always draw with pencil, and today you're going to have to draw with pen. Maybe uh, maybe instead of painting on a canvas, you have to paint on something more sturdy. Maybe you have to paint a table. Maybe you have to you're going to do something out of your comfort zone, and you're going to add some restrictions, and you're going to follow those restrictions and see how it activates your creativity. You are amazing. You are fantastic. I love you. Have a beautiful day and keep making art.